When I was a kid, I was a literal bulldozer. And I'm being 100% honest with you. I think it helps that I was insanely fat and very muscular for some weird reason. Though the fatness was also one of the reasons why many of my fights ever took place, since of course I was bullied for it.
The trauma from a decade of bullying had me develop a phobia of kids. 20 years of eating disorders, as well as body dysmorphic disorder, that makes my life a living hell, yeah.
So, my dog Dixie had gotten an eye infection. My friend and I were peacefully walking her, letting her take her time since she was in pain and all. When all of a sudden, I see our neighbor kid looking at us with a smug smile. We just ignored him and continued our walk. All of a sudden, he proceeds to throw rose tips at us. Not at me, not at my friend, but at my sweet, innocent, crippled little baby dog Dixie. I felt an insane rage fill my body. I threw the lead at my friend and stomped my way to this little sewer rat that had just assaulted my dog. I just grabbed him and threw him as hard as I could into some thorn bushes. I'm not saying it's morally correct, but that little had it coming. I barely remember this fight since I was about 5 years old at the time. But my mom always proceeds to tell this story to all of my friends since it's just so bizarre. It was a very snowy winter and I wanted to go sledding. My mom helped me to get dressed and I headed out. I guess she continued to do mom things until suddenly, a while later, I burst up the door crying. Oh, Snot Pup, what happened?
The kids just wouldn't let me up the hill. So, I had to beat them all up.
This one speaks for itself. I don't think I've been any cooler than at that point in time. Being 14 is a sensitive age enough as it is. But for me, my teenage years were basically hell through and through for many reasons. When I was about to start 7th grade, I was also changing schools. I was absolutely terrified. This is where I developed a severe case of social phobia, and the thought of hanging around in a completely new school with only few familiar people scared the living crap out of me. On top of that, I had been bullied since preschool, and I was mortified that this new school would bring with it some new bullies as well. And sure as hell it did! These two boys were in my class. They hadn't yet reached puberty apparently because they were the smallest kids in class. They were like those little Disney chipmunks. These boys liked to taunt me as often as they possibly could. In every way they could. For what my life's worth, I would have beat them up at once, but this time I wanted to try to ignore them. Totally not, because I was gonna turn 15 soon and thus be legally charged. For me, this particular day must have been an already bad day for me, because this time I had completely run out of chills.
Hey, ugly. Sure smells like ugly in here. You ugly cow, nobody likes you, you know.
If you so much as breathe in my direction again, I will crush your f***ing face with my ugly, ugly fists.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's just say these boys left me alone after that. I still have tons of fights I could talk about, and let me know if you want me to talk about them. The following year, everyone in my class outgrew me, and I ended up being the shortest person in almost every context. A couple of years later, it was time for yet another school. And my new friends there were seemingly shocked that a tiny, shy girl like me had such a violent past. But you know, looks can deceive. Let me know if you like this video and if you wish for more vids like this. I have a lot to say about this subject. Have you ever been in a fight? Please let me know your story in the comment section. I'm back with some more BS soon probably. See you later!